In today's Leeds news, Wilko collects award, Rodon achieves milestone, standout statistics from Chelsea win, Meslier's French move open, and back to our defensive best. Hey folks, welcome to the Leeds View for Thursday the 4th of December with your Leeds United news. A lovely morning to wake up to, a late one last night, suffering from having to do really late content. Appreciate everyone watching it and downloading it last night on the audio and on the video. But a hell of a night for Leeds United, great performance from the side. Two halves of football as well, and we'll get into some of the fallout from that as well. Also, just a quick reminder, there is some new merch available as well. You can check it out if you want it. That would be great. And if you could just like and hype the video, that would be massively appreciated. But we've got a bit of stuff to get stuck in today, so we won't hang around. We'll start off with Howard Wilkinson picking up an award in a lovely moment last night at Elland Road. Howard Wilkinson received his National Football Hall of Fame induction at half-time last night in front of a full Elland Road. As much as it was a night for Leeds United, and with everything going our way, the atmosphere in the stadium definitely added to a very special night for a Leeds United legend. Most people stayed in their seats at halftime and stood to applaud Howard Wilkinson as he entered the pitch to receive his award. The last English manager also to pick up the top flight title. Leeds managing director Robbie Evans was one of the few directors that stayed in his seat to watch this moment and to honour one of Leeds United's most decorated managers. Wilko himself got a bit of a laugh out of the crowd when he said that it was embarrassing to be inducted into a Hall of Fame, but on it, he said the following: Leeds were so good to me, the fans were so good to me, supported me all the time I was here. I was here for all those years and never worked a day in my life. I can't get over the fact that football has been my life. My hobby has given me a living and I've enjoyed every minute. I can't look back on it without thinking how lucky I've been to have enjoyed that sort of life. My father left school on his 14th birthday and was down the pit the next day. It was a wonderful moment for Wilko last night and great to see him being honoured by the footballing world. But there is also the campaign to have him honoured by Leeds United. The Wilko 92 campaign is still running and active. You can check it out on their website. I'll link it down below to try and get a permanent reminder of Howard Wilkinson's success with a statue outside Elland Road for him as well. We'll try and get the lads on again in a couple of weeks' time if we can, once we get a bit of a break. But yeah, great achievement by Howard Wilkinson last night. I was lucky enough as a young kid to see Leeds United collect that title and see Howard Wilkinson as Leeds United manager win the top flight. But he has a legacy at the club already. The current badge as well as Thorpe Arch are part of his legacy, and it'd be great to see him get that statue outside the ground as a permanent legacy for what he has done for Leeds United during his time. But fantastic work and great to see Howard Wilkinson with a smile on his face back at Elland Road and an amazing atmosphere and reception that he got last night. So well done to Wilko. Let's move on. Let's talk about another achievement last night. On top of another individual excellent performance last night, Joe Rodon has quietly gone about achieving a remarkable milestone. Last night, Joe Rodon captured his 100th consecutive league or playoff match for Leeds United. He now becomes the only Leeds centre-back to have achieved that milestone in the 21st century, and he's just 13 appearances off Norman Hunter's total record of 113. It's an incredible achievement in the modern era for any player to get 100 consecutive league matches under their belt, but he's been immense for Leeds United since he joined the club. But again, another really good performance last night. Quiet enough last night. He's kind of just quietly going about his business now for Leeds, and it's been fantastic. He's just been a great player for Leeds United, and thanks to LUFC data for that one, and also thanks to LUFC data for the following stats on a really interesting night for Leeds United. Leeds XG of 2.82 last night is the highest expected goal value recorded by any single opponent facing Chelsea across all competitions this season. Gabby Goodmunson won the most amount of duels with 10, the most amount of tackles with 5 in the first half at Elland Road, and no player had more ball recoveries than him in the game with 4. Autanake becomes the first Asian goal scorer for Leeds United in the Premier League, and his old school teacher was there to enjoy that moment as well. Yakubiel becomes Leeds' 503rd different goal scorer for the club and Leeds' first Slovenian player to score. He was very excited when he scored that goal last night, and speaking about the goal, Bial had the following to say: I'm buzzing today, honestly. It's something fantastic that I've dreamed of my whole life because I watched the Premier League as a kid, and for that to happen today, it's just incredible. I still have goosebumps. When I saw it in the back of the net and the fans in front of me, I just went crazy. Bial was excellent last night in the middle of that back three in his natural preferred position. He played there for Udinese, he's played there for Slovenia, and he just swept up and cleaned up at the back all night for Leeds United, and any headers that were needed to be won were won, and Pascal Struijk could go wandering forward and Biel was there to cover him when the ball did go into the space in behind him. He was brilliant last night and it was great to see it, but he wasn't on his own. Everyone across the team were excellent. Anton Stach in that system as well looked really, really comfortable and calming on it, but you can go through the whole team. Ethan Ampadu, fantastic last night. Two lads up front, wing backs, central midfielders, all really, really good last night. So yeah, just a really good standout night for Leeds. It won't be like that every single game, but it was nice to have that moment last night. We won't lose the run of ourselves. But let's move on. Let's talk about Elland Meslier's potential exit from the club in hopefully probably a couple of weeks' time. As we all know, Elland Meslier is expected to leave Elland Road this year, potentially even in January. And over the past few months, several clubs have been linked with him, from Anderlecht to Lorient to both Milan sides. The issue in this situation being all of those sides would prefer to have a pre-contract agreement in January and a free transfer then in the summer. Anderlecht being the only one that might give Leeds some sort of nominal fee for the player once the winter window opens. Now, according to French publication Jeunesse Photo, they claim that Strasbourg have emerged as a potential option which would link him back to Chelsea, who did try to sign Meslier once upon a time. The issue here is the same as the previous one. They would also prefer a pre-contract agreement in January and then a free transfer in the summer. The report states this: Strasbourg want to stabilise the goalkeeping position as early as next season. According to our information, RCSA is closely monitoring Elland Meslier, and in this case, the timing seems perfect. The article does go on then to point out that they would like to sign him on a pre-contract agreement in January and then bring him in once his contract expires in the summer. At this point, his situation is entirely out of Leeds United's hands. Once the January window opens, Meslier can negotiate a free transfer to any club outside of the UK. Will likely be the way that it goes, and Leeds will hopefully try and get some sort of nominal fee in for him in January if they can, get his wages off the books. But they've backed themselves into a corner with this situation, so it is what it is, and unfortunately Meslier has all the cards in this one. Let's move on. Last night, Daniel Farkas started with the 3-5-2 system that may have just saved his job at the club for now, at least. As we know, coming into the game, Daniel Farke was under a significant amount of pressure after a Guardian article came out, an exclusive, that said that several Leeds United senior sources had told them that Farke would need to win against Chelsea and Liverpool to save his job. Truth be told, a point against both those sides would both be seen as decent results, but the fact that he got 3 points last night probably makes life a little bit easier. But with a second half performance against Man City in this system, as well as a 90-minute performance in the system we saw last night, it is helping Leeds United play to their strengths, and hopefully it's something that Farke can now recognise as a base formation moving forward. But it's not going to work every single week. We know that he's still going to need to be tactically flexible in what he does. Still, the in-game management and the timing of substitutions is something to keep an eye on, and freshening that squad up as early as we can. But even look at the players coming off the bench last night. There were good options that came on. Performances were there from them as well. Even Joe Pirro coming on in front looked a lot more comfortable in this system. So it does seem to fit what Leeds are trying to do. As I say, it won't work in every single game, but on last night, Daniel Farke had the following to say: unbelievable atmosphere tonight, playing one of the best sides in the world, and to win this game and also deserve to. Back to our best defensive behaviour. We scored 3 goals, could have scored perhaps a few more. Of course, it was expected. It would be a tough night when you have to suffer a little bit. Chelsea had lots of possession, but I think there's also no doubt that we deserved to win this game. I don't think there is any doubt that Leeds United deserved to win the game last night. The intensity, the pressure, the fighting, the battling that we've been looking for from this Leeds side for a while now was all there on show last night. And it's not just about possession, it's what you do with that possession. And Leeds had less than 30% possession last night, but were far more effective. And Daniel Farke has spoken an awful lot at length recently about Leeds needing to be more effective, and that efficiency was clear and on display last night for everybody to see. Even Meche had his goal gone in, an absolute rocket of a shot, and Pascal Struijk definitely should have scored the headed chance he had in the first half, and that would have given Leeds a couple of more goals as well. But the intensity that they started the game last night is definitely the blueprint of what Leeds will need to do moving forward. It's not going to be the same every week. We're not going to win every single game with this formation. There will be bad nights with this as well. He does still need to be tactically flexible and maybe tweak it when he has to, but it's something to build on, and it's a start for Leeds, and hopefully this result kickstarts Leeds season. Liverpool at the weekend, despite their results, still won't be an easy game, but it's at Elland Road and it gives us a chance, and then it's away to Brentford, and he has a chance to get some results down in London for a change. He hasn't got a great record in London. Leeds don't have a great record in London, but it is, as I say, a very strong starting position with this new formation moving forward. To a man last night, every single player worked their socks off for Leeds, and that is all Leeds fans expect from their side. Results are always a byproduct of the effort that goes in on the pitch. And as I said last night, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and Leeds absolutely outworked Chelsea's talent last night, and they'll need to do it again against Liverpool. They'll need to do it every single week, and they'll have to rotate this squad to keep them fresh. But it is a starting point, and as I always say, praise and criticise in equal measure. He got it right last night, and he deserves a huge amount of credit for getting it right last night. Now he's got to go and do it again and again and again and again. And we'll see where we go. We'll have the podcast out later on tonight for you. Myself and Paul will be having a chat about the game last night and then looking ahead to the Liverpool game at the weekend. So yeah, you can check that out if you want to. The match reaction is available from last night. You can check that out as well. I've clipped out the comment section as well from the live part of it, so it's just the actual match review and statistics. So you can check that out if you want to. Outside that, enjoy the rest of your day. Hope it goes well. I'll talk to you later on. See you. Bye.